continuing. But like I said, that's talking about, because like I said, that's pretty much the same scripture in Psalms 18. And he made darkness pavilions around about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Through the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. This appears to be a description of a circular fleet of objects arranged around a main object described as Yahweh's pavilion or mobile dwelling. In front of this grouping appearing brilliant flashing lights and glowing objects. Psalms 18, no, that's spirit, and 11. He made darkness his secret places, pavilion around about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. So we just went through that. But he's saying this is a reference to pavilion, which is a mobile living space. This pavilion is a dark, shiny, swiftly moving object, secret place, scud, low, dark cloud. Bright lights shine before him. At the brightness that was before him, thick clouds pass, hailstones, and coals of fire. Brightness shines before his dense vehicle and is accompanied by glowing objects. Cloudy pillars, fiery platforms. Exodus 13:21. And Yahweh by Yashem Yahweh Shai went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. Verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. A platform flown by Yahweh resembling a thundercloud that glows brightly at night, leads the nation of Israel out of Egypt. Cloud, thundercloud, pillar, column or base of column, platform light to be luminous. The book of Exodus is where we get the first indication that Yahweh uses physical flying objects as a mode of transportation. It is described as a pillar of a cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night. The word pillar is translated from Amudwud. See, again, he said pronounce Ahmad, a column at stand, and also a stand platform. This means that this could either be a column or a platform that had the appearance of a cloud in the daylight, and when the sun went down, it lit up, and it stand close to the people, in other words, hovering. When considered in light of description not yet presented, the platform seems a more logical choice. I believe this is Exodus 14:24. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh looked unto the host of Egyptians through the pillar of fire of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Salakia. The flying object wreaks havoc on the Egyptian camp. An important thing to understand about this craft is that it is one object that changes appearance form, Salakia, from day to night, not two objects. Trouble, Haman, pronounced Hama, properly to put in commotion. Nehemiah, flying craft of the Exodus. Nehemiah 9:12. Moreover, thou leddest them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and in the night by a pillar of fire, to give them light in the way wherein they should go. Verse 13. Thou hast came down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgment and true law, good statutes and commandments. The actions of the flying vehicle at Exodus are recalled. Nehemiah 9:19. Yet thou, a glowing platform, yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of cloud departed not from them by day to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night to show them light in the way therein they should go. The Exodus vehicle recalled again. Psalms, the Exodus platform. Psalms 99:7. He spake unto them in the cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies and the ordinances that he gave them. Yahweh spoke to them from a thundercloud-like platform. The second coming. Daniel, coming in the clouds. Daniel 7:13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Yahweh Shai is seen coming in the clouds in the sky to the Ancient of Days. Matthew, Yahweh Shai coming in the clouds of the sky. Matthew 24:30. And that's deep when you see that line up like that, because Daniel is talking about the end, and Matthew 24 talks about the end. And then shall appear the sign of Son of Salakia, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. There will be an indication of Yahweh Shai in the sky, and he will come in the clouds of the sky. Yahweh Shai coming in the clouds of the sky. Matthew 24:64. Yahweh Shai, Salakia. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Yahweh Shai said he would come in the clouds of the sky. Mark. Yahweh Shai coming in the clouds with power and glory. Mark 13:26. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Verse 27. And then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the utmost parts of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Yahweh Shai will be seen come in the cloud. Yahweh Shai will send his angels to pick up his selected people from the four corners of the earth, from the extremities of the sky. Yahweh Shai coming in the clouds of the sky. 14:62. And Yahweh Shai said, I am, and ye shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. This is a reference to the vehicles of the second coming. Luke. Yahweh Shai coming in the cloud with power and glory. Luke 21:27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. Yahweh Shai will come on a cloud. Acts 1:9. And Yahweh Shai is taken up in the court. Slakin. And Yahweh Shai is taken up into a cloud. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Yahweh Shai is taken up into the bottom of the cloud, and they lost sight of him. 1 Thessalonians. Meet Yahweh Shai in the clouds in the air. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. People will be taken up into clouds in the air. Revelations. Yahweh Shai will come with the clouds. Revelations 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Yahweh Shai comes with the clouds. Yahweh Shai on a white cloud. Revelations 14:14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle, and a reap. For the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Verse 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. John sees Yahweh Shai sitting on the white cloud. The throne. The throne of Yahweh is not just a fancy chair. The description of the throne station in the sky, high and lifted up, elevated above the earth, hidden from view in the clouds, flashing flames and other anomalous traits give the throne of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai a different perspective from the thrones of earthly kings. 2 Chronicles, the sky army and the throne. 2 Chronicles 18:18. Again he said, Therefore hear the word of Yahweh. I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and on all the host of heaven standing on his right and on his left. Yahweh is described as sitting on his throne, the army of the sky beside him. See 1 Kings 22:19. And yeah, I think that story do repeat, but like he go off a little bit because this phone won't let me record but only 9 minutes, so I guess I'm gonna have to do like more videos, or I'm gonna have to do this on another phone one day. So I'm gonna stop right there.